Welcome back to my channel as we look back in the last week in photography. For my Fuji fanboys out there, leaked early last week are some Fuji rumor updates of the GFX100 Mark II medium format camera. It's planned to have a new 102 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor with the 5th generation processor. Besides capturing extremely high resolution images, this camera will be able to capture 8K video, 4K at 60 frames, 10-bit 422 and ProRes internal recording. According to SonyAlphaRumors.com, this camera will sport a sensor that will be based on the sensor architecture of the Sony A7C and the Sony FX30. It will have dual card slots, with one being CFexpress Type B and the other for SD memory cards. It will have improved autofocus and handle up to 8 stops of internal stabilization. What's cool is that the battery grip will be removable. The GFX Mark II may even have a 9.4 million dot tilt and detachable EVF. I'm looking forward to checking out the quality of this viewfinder, which is at least twice as much as many other EVFs offered by other brands. Do any of you out there shoot with medium format? What could you see being used for this camera? Post your comments down below. If you thought CFexpress cards were fast enough, then you thought wrong. The Compact Flash Association announced last week the spec for CFexpress 4.0, which can double the theoretical throughout performance compared to current cards while maintaining backward compatibility. The good news is that it maintains the same physical form factor as all previous CFexpress memory cards. Who do you think would need this card? Is this something you've been interested in? How much do you think they would even be charging for a CFexpress 4.0 card that does 4 times the average speed of our current CFexpress Type B cards? Let me know down below. Last week, Sony announced the latest release of their compact full-frame camera lineup. The very first Sony A7C debuted in September 2020, and now they have 2 brand new cameras, the Sony A7C Mark II and the Sony A7CR cameras. We already know there are plenty of reviews by other photographers who are able to get their hands on these cameras, so I'll get right to the point. Sony A7C Mark II has a 33 megapixel back illuminated XMR CMOS sensor, 7 stops of image body stabilization. It records up to 4K at 30p. It captures photos at 10 frames a second in both mechanical and electronic shutter modes. You can use the USB-C port for charging the camera and for live streaming as well. The Sony A7CR camera has 61 megapixel sensor, which can record up to 4K at 60 frames a second. Both cameras can record video in S-Log, Creative Look, and Cinetone. The Sony A7CR has 759 phase detection autofocus points, which covers 79% of the camera's image area. The one big difference is that this camera captures images at 8 frames a second when using the mechanical shutter, or 7 frames a second when you're using the electronic shutter. Ultimately, these cameras are compact versions of the Sony A7R5. With a camera that has a 61 megapixel sensor is going to give photographers more options and opportunities when it comes to increased resolution, like for prints, cropping in post-production, and much more. Are any of these cameras for you? Do you think any of these cameras are even worth upgrading from its predecessor? Let me know down below. These are just a few updates from last week in photography. Share your comments, opinions, and questions down below. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, that subscribe, and smash that bell icon to get notifications for my upcoming content. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative.